Hello Virgo and welcome to Wild Magnolia Tarot. My name is Maddie and this is going to be your weekly reading for the week of August 16th through the 22nd. Quick disclaimer, this is a general reading and cannot possibly resonate with everyone, so take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. If none of it resonates, please feel free to check out one of your other signs or any of the other brilliant readers on this platform, there are many, who may have something more attuned to your situation this week. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a lawyer, doctor, physician, therapist, counselor, or anything of that nature. I'm just a girl with a passion for the tarot, and anything that I say resembling advice is based solely on my opinion, my experiences, my own knowledge, my interpretations of the cards, and any other little bits and pieces that may occur to me intuitively from time to time throughout the reading. So you may notice that this is a different setup than the one I just had in my earlier videos this week. We lost electricity again at our house. It has been a heck of a past couple weeks, so I do want to apologize for missing last week's uploads. But we had a huge storm come through Des Moines. I was traveling. It's been crazy. So hopefully that's all alright with you guys. We are still experiencing a lot of structural issues also because of what happened. So I'm hoping to be on schedule from this point forward, but my set may change regularly because I'm following the electricity at this point. So anyway, with that being said, we'll go ahead and we'll get started. I'm also doing a different spread this week than I have previously. I'm just trying something new. You can let me know if you like it in the comments below or if you'd rather me go back to the previous spread that I used. So, we are starting out again with the Wild Unknown Archetype deck. You guys got the Stone. Okay, let's see if I can... Woo! Look at me go. Okay, so the Stone has a lot to do with grounding, tethering our wild side. The idea of the Stone encompasses permanence and wisdom and maturity and old age, and so these are the things that come along with being on Earth for hundreds of thousands of years. But this also has a lot to do simply with grounding ourselves to Earth, no matter how far or wide our consciousness travels. The Stone is our connection to the planet. It's also could be referencing the healing or the psychic properties of crystals, if you believe in that, if that's something that you follow or that you're interested in, then that might be relevant to you at this time. But for now, we're going to read it as grounding. So you guys may need to ground, or you may be a grounding stone for somebody else in your life, and you're keeping it together, you're keeping everything tethered to Earth within a frenzied time of chaos, which a lot of people are experiencing at this time universally. So no real surprise there. So now we'll go ahead and we will pull some tarot cards and just get an idea for oh, you know what? No, we're not. We're starting out with the Lenormand this week. I apologize. So I'm going to pull a few Lenormand cards and we're going to get an idea for what the main or general situation that you will be dealing with this week. What is the general situation for Virgo this week, please? Okay, so we have the Cross, burdens and responsibility. The Crossroads. Okay, so all having to do with choices, a fork in your path, having to choose which direction to move forward into at this time. And then we have the Woman. So this woman could be you. This could be somebody that you are dealing with at this time. Sorry about that. My camera is basically on a unipod right now. And I dropped all my cards. Alright, so we have the Crossroads in the middle. Okay, so this could indicate some kind of choice that has to be made between this woman here and other obligations or responsibilities that you carry. So this could be choosing between the life you're living now and a relationship. Or this could represent you, and it's choosing to live for yourself and kind of abandon any burdens or responsibilities or obligations that you have taken on recently or up until this point. So we'll get some more tarot cards on the table to get a better feel for what exactly this situation is and what we can do with it. See if we get any advice. So first I'm going to clarify the cross here. I want to figure out what that responsibility or what that burden is for you guys. Clarify them. So we have the Page of Coins, and it did come out in reverse. So this could very well have to do with money, financial responsibilities, financial burdens. The character or the energy of the page is somewhat novice, or in some decks it's considered an apprentice, which I really like, the idea of calling a page an apprentice. But this could also indicate some kind of communication coming into you, some kind of news about money or an offer. And if that's the case, this could be something that you don't feel that you are prepared for, or that you don't feel equipped to handle. Let's get one more. Let's see. Get clarification on how the cross is related to the crossroads. So we do have the Five of Rods, which is also the Five of Wands in this deck, and this can indicate some sort of conflict or challenge, or even competition of some kind. And this is how your responsibilities relate to this decision. And so you may have an offer coming into you at this time that takes away from your responsibilities or your burdens, that or that does not align with your current obligations, your current responsibilities. Get another card out to give us an idea of what the crossroads represents, what these choices may be about. We have the Nine of Cups, and it did come out in reverse. This is our wish card, right? So this may have to do with happiness, okay? You may feel that you are choosing between your own happiness and, the responsibility or the obligations that others have put on you, or that you have taken on yourself, but they don't seem to be making you happy. Like, they don't really align with your values personally. Almost like your heart's not necessarily in it, but you are very loyal, you are hardworking, and so it's a difficult decision for you to turn away from something, even if it doesn't make you happy, because you have obligated yourself, because you said you would do it, and you've been doing it up until this point, and even if you don't enjoy it, you feel that you cannot just walk away, just simply, drop it and leave it behind. But there is a concern here about your happiness and whether or not you want to continue to live the way you have been up until this point. Okay, let's get clarification on the relationship between the crossroads and the woman. Okay, so we have the Strength card, and this is upright. Interesting. So something that has to do with building your strength or reminding you of your strength when it comes to this woman. Okay, when it comes to this decision, like you feel like you need to be strong for this other person. Or this individual could be someone that you see as being very strong as well. That you have a lot to learn from. When I see the Strength card, I see it as a lesson. Something that happens in your life that teaches you how strong you really are. Let me get one more tarot card out to clarify the Strength card from this deck. Let me clarify the Strength card, please. So we have the Lovers in reverse. This can have to do with the duality within yourself. This could have to do as well with superficial attachments, because it is in reverse. It could have to do with a relationship. It could also have to do with a karmic bond or a karmic partnership. Someone that's come into your life to teach you a lesson, but not necessarily somebody you're meant to stay with or walk through your entire life with. And that would make sense to me simply because, it's clarifying the strength. So there is this element of experiencing hardship within this relationship, or the hardship perhaps that this woman has experienced, whether it's you or somebody else, in terms of matters of the heart, in terms of love. I also see the Lovers card as being related to just passion. That's not the word I'm looking for, though. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Because we have this feeling here of being unprepared or being kind of out of your league in terms of this relationship and this choice that's available to you. And then we have this Nine of Cups is at the center of this row here. So this all surrounds or evolves around your desire to find happiness because you don't feel it at this point in time in the situation that you're in. Honestly, I'm going to just, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my second tarot deck and see if I can't get some more clarification on all these tarot cards, because I am having a hard time seeing the connection between strength and the Lovers in reverse outside of a relationship context. And then we've got to remember that at the core of this entire situation is the stone, is grounding, permanence. There is also an element of strength to the stone. The stone is heavy. The stone can hold up against many different conditions for hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years. It's also the foundation of most structures. Stone is reliable. Stone is trustworthy. Stone is strong. And this could be you too. You could be the stone. You see yourself as a stone. And so when you're stuck here trying to choose between either, your responsibilities or this relationship or this other situation involving this woman, or even, choosing between your responsibilities and your own happiness, then it's not necessarily... It goes against your nature almost, is what I'm getting. For those of you that this resonates with, it goes against your nature to choose yourself or your own happiness over the responsibilities that you know you have. But there is this conflict here. There's this uneasiness, okay, this challenge here. But a challenge is meant to create change in your life and to teach you a lesson that is going to be helpful or necessary for you in the future. And so this may have something to do with, if this Lovers in reverse is referring to a superficial love or a superficial passion, something that, is fast and hot but not forever, then there could still be a major lesson in this relationship, even if it isn't forever, even if it is not, set in stone. There may be something in this situation that you learn about yourself that allows you to make choices that are geared towards creating happiness for yourself while still being aligned with your values. Okay, so I'm going to quit rambling and I'm going to pull some more tarot cards now. Let's see. First, we will clarify the Page of Coins here. Let me clarify that Page of Coins, please. And these cards I'm drawing are from the Cosmos Tarot and Oracle deck. I just got these. They're brand new. They are a little different than the traditional tarot, so I may not read them the same way that I would read just regular tarot cards. So if you're familiar with the tarot and you feel that I'm reading them kind of odd, that would be why. They have different zodiac associations, for example, and slightly different interpretations than the regular tarot. But I really do enjoy and appreciate that. I always love new ideas or new ways of seeing an archetype or a concept. So to clarify the Page of Coins, we have the Page of Fire. And it's associated, oh yes, and every card in this deck is associated with a constellation. And this is associated with the constellation Pyxis. It says journey, navigation, and route. So this kind of indicates to me, oh, and it's the Page of Fire as well. So we have 2 pages here. Very much indicating that you are a student of life at this point in time, and that the situation that you're in right now is something that the universe has constructed specifically for you to learn something important in terms of whatever your purpose or your future may require of you. This also could indicate that this Page of Coins, like if there's a situation here that you don't feel is right for you or that you are prepared or equipped for, this could be something that is coming into your life to push you in a different direction, to get you to try something new. Perhaps you've strayed from your path a little bit, or you have stopped traveling your path altogether in order to put all of your attention and energy into these responsibilities. And so you've kind of gotten stuck within a cycle and you haven't been able to finish it or close it out or move on. Let's see. Let's clarify that 5 of Rods. Clarify the 5 of Rods, please. So we have the Water Queen, or the Queen of Water, and this is the Grus constellation. It says longevity, commitment, and eternity. I don't like how that's crooked. There we go. So this is a challenge or a conflict within a commitment that you have, which is again very in line with that cross up here. Something that you may have thought was going to last forever, a situation that you never planned on leaving or changing. You may be experiencing conflict in that situation because it's not meant to be your life forever. There's also an element of the Queen of Water, though, that has to do with knowing yourself truly on a deep emotional level, even on a subconscious level, as well as being in touch with your intuition. So this could indicate that conflict is arising in a relationship or a situation because it's not right for you anymore. You've learned everything that you can from it, and your gut is kind of telling you that it's time to move on or it's time to try something different. Let's go ahead and clarify this 9 of Cups in reverse. Okay, so we have Sagittarius. It says travel, culture, philosophy, and adventure. So you may very well feel stuck. And that does make sense to me in terms of the other cards that are on the table, because you know what will make you happy may require traveling a long distance. It may require leaving behind everything that you know, and this would also entail leaving behind certain burdens or obligations that you have committed yourself to. So I would think that this would be a time for you guys to really sit down and evaluate whether or not you really need to carry this burden anymore. My tongue twister. Whether you need to carry this burden anymore. Perhaps it's not necessarily on your shoulders because you're the only one who can do it, but because you took it on to help other people or to save someone else the hardship. But whatever this burden is, it may be a situation where there is someone else who can take over for you and allow you to move on to the next chapter of your life. Okay, because this does indicate to me, especially when we've got the road here, and then directly below it we have travel. culture, adventure. You may be called to travel at this time, or you may have an opportunity, right? This Page of Coins in reverse. You may have an opportunity coming into you. Oh yeah, because we have journey and navigation, the Page of Coins in reverse. Did I say cups earlier? Coins. Yeah, okay, so some kind of opportunity may be coming into you, and this could be a job offer, this could be something that has to do with the material or money or career, or some kind of business venture that is calling you to a different place, a new location, potentially far away from where you are now. And so the conflict that arises here is that you don't want to leave this behind. You don't want to leave this commitment behind. You feel tethered and tied down to it, right? The stone is an anchor. You feel anchored down to your location where you are now. But, you know, there may be a lot of opportunity, a lot of doors waiting to open up for you if you make that choice to step away, to travel, to explore new ways of living and, you know, this new job or this new opportunity, whatever it is. Let's clarify now the Strength card. Let me clarify Strength for me, please. Okay, so I believe this is pronounced scutum. It says protection, preservation, and defense. This is the Knight of Water or the Knight of Cups. And that does pair perfectly with the Strength card. This could be the defense of yourself, your values, and your right to have a happy life. This could also be universe communicating to you that no matter what you choose, if you choose to go on this adventure, that you are protected. Okay? Or this trip could have to do with you protecting somebody else or protecting an investment of some kind. Or defending a relationship. If this woman is not you, if this is a friend or someone that you're in a relationship with, or a family member even. Perhaps you're being called to travel, and this new opportunity is opening up somewhere where you're going to be in a position where you're able to protect or defend somebody else, help somebody else in a situation that they're in. And then that could go right back to that karmic partnership, right? And a karmic partnership does not have to be romantic by any means. It could even be a sibling. It's just somebody who's in your life specifically to teach you a lesson or to balance out karma from a past life or several past lives, or where, you know, you two could be coming into this life together at a specific time for the purpose of helping each other balance out and clear any unworked through karma, if that makes sense. And because we have preservation and defense, along with strength, you know what, I'm going to clarify the Lovers real quick. Let's clarify the Lovers in reverse before I finish that thought. We have the Three of Fire, Tucana. I love this card. Says expression, confidence, and communication. And confidence ties into the Strength card as well. So if this is someone you're in a relationship with, or a potential relationship, then perhaps what you have to gain from this relationship is your own confidence, your ability to speak up and speak for yourself, and what you want and what would make you happy. Excuse me. This could also have to do with expressing your love for somebody else, or just expressing yourself, period, expressing your thoughts, expressing your feelings, okay, because you are someone who is so entrenched in these responsibilities, in these commitments. You live for others is kind of what I'm getting from this, and you haven't really lived for yourself. And sometimes when we're like that, and when we get in that cycle, part of a problem that could arise from that is that we're not expressing our emotions. We're not standing up for how we feel in a situation. We are pushing it down. We're shutting our mouths, and we're doing our job, and we're doing what we need to do for somebody else. And then we're just, we're keeping it all inside. And this creates inner conflict, okay? And that the Lovers in reverse could also indicate inner conflict as well. So let's say, for example, that this woman here is actually you, and it's not somebody else. Okay, so this choice is between your burdens and yourself, your autonomy, your happiness, your independence. And then we have the Lovers in reverse here, and this is clarifying the woman. And the Lovers in reverse is this this tension, or this imbalance within the self, or this conflict between these two different sides of yourself. The conflict between the part of you that says, but I have to do this and I have to be here to do that, and the part of you that says, but I don't feel it and I want more and I want to be happy and this isn't making me happy. And so perhaps the lesson for you guys, Virgo, is to be able to openly express exactly what you're thinking and how you're feeling, regardless of how it makes other people feel. And, with holding your own happiness as a higher priority. Okay, so just imagine for a second that you could walk away from this without any consequence, without any kind of issue, without feeling bad about it, without it upsetting anybody else. Let's say you could just put that cross down and walk away. Start to daydream, play with it. Imagine exactly what you could do with your time, with your resources, what you could explore, what new things you could try in the pursuit of your happiness. I believe that because we have the Page of Fire and Sagittarius here, that this kind of indicates to me that you're stuck, and you're choosing to remain stuck at this point in time because you don't want to turn away from this responsibility. So I'm just going to reiterate again. I know I've already said this, but sit down and meditate and reflect and think about it. Is this really your cross to carry? Can someone else take over? Or is this perhaps a situation that could be dissolved and wrapped up altogether, brought into a close? These responsibilities that you've taken on, is there any way to just, if this is a relationship, for example, if part of your commitment is a commitment to somebody else, and it's more of a burden and it doesn't help you, and almost like you're being used, then, perhaps it would be more freeing and better for you to leave it behind altogether, to renounce that obligation. That doesn't make you unloyal or less worthy. It does not make you a bad person if you choose to, lay down that responsibility. I've been through this before in my own life. I worked a certain job for many years and I did enjoy it, but I stayed because I cared about my boss and I didn't want to leave him behind, and I felt that he needed me. But things got to the point where life just set me up, the universe, thank God, set me up in a position where I just had no choice. I had to leave. I had to quit. And I had to hand that baton on to somebody else. And you know what? My boss is fine. My old boss, anyway. He's doing great. His life didn't fall apart. His business didn't fall apart. My life didn't fall apart. My finances are still fine. His finances are probably better now that he doesn't necessarily have to pay me anymore. It's just a whole, you don't really think about sometimes the possibility that you could lay down a responsibility and everything could just be fine. So if this resonates with you and you feel stuck in your life right now, and you do have this opportunity or this calling to move away from what you're doing now and completely change your path or your direction altogether, don't dismiss it just because you couldn't fathom, relinquishing some of your responsibilities. You may have more options than you realize. So just keep that in mind and be honest with yourself. Again, express how you really feel and what you truly want. Allow yourself to dream of something different, something better, something more meaningful and fulfilling for you. Okay, so I've rambled on for the tarot. We still got some oracle cards to get on the table. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pull a couple oracle cards, and I just consider these advice or any suggestions from spirit, anything that you might, any additional insights you could benefit from, or anything you might need to be aware of. It's kind of like whatever goes, free for all. So it's funny because I was just thinking a second ago about how, we have this expression and communication here in Virgo. You guys are ruled by Mercury. I'm a Gemini, so I am too. So it's a party, y'all. But the card I pulled is Mercury for you guys. Business, salesmanship, and fabrication are what it says on this card. But Mercury is all things communication, as well as networking. Putting yourself out there, making connections with other human beings, expressing yourself, expressing your thoughts and your feelings, and connecting to people on that deeper level through your self-expression. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and we'll pull, I'm going to do an oracle card from 3 more decks, and then we'll call it good. I'll see if I'm going to use this deck to kind of clarify that Mercury card. See if we can get an idea for how Mercury plays into your situation specifically. Okay, so we have the shark, solitude and anxiety. So this brings me back to connecting with other human beings, people who are like you, people who think like you, people who have similar dreams, desires, and experiences that you have, people who can relate to you in terms of your struggle to, leave behind any commitments or responsibilities, people who, may just understand you on a deeper level, and perhaps you feel that you're lacking in those kinds of relationships because you don't express yourself that often. So there's nothing, you've never put yourself out there to make those connections necessarily. That's not to say you don't have friends or people that you talk to, but if this resonates with you and you feel like you're missing some kind of connection on that deeper level, okay, that's what this new opportunity could make available to you. It could open you up to making these new connections, to bring you out of that feeling of loneliness and to rid you of stress, okay? Because again, we have anxiety, and I tie that directly back to this cross, this burden. This may bring you, whatever this is, it may bring you a lot of stress. And you may have just been doing it for so long that you don't even realize how stressed out you are. So keep that in mind as well. Stress is bad for the body. It's bad for the soul, it's bad for the mind. And oftentimes, there is a better way. And the universe is telling you that a new path, a new adventure, this new, taking this different direction on your journey could alleviate you of this solitude, this anxiety, this loneliness. Okay. Oops. I'm going to move my apple. Let's see. A couple more cards here. See if we have any additional advice or insight for Virgo, please. Okay, we have fire and determination. So you may feel that creative spark within yourself that drives you forward, that inspires you to try something new. Don't ignore that and don't shove it down. Listen to it. Tap into that and allow it to guide you towards what could turn out to be, happiness, excitement, fun, opening yourself up, putting yourself out there. I know I've already said that, but that's kind of what I'm getting for you guys. You are the stone, okay? You are the stone. You are the anchor. You're very down to earth, very grounded, very committed, loyal, and, permanent in that way. You are a permanent fixture in the lives of the people around you, a permanent fixture in your workplace. People know that they can depend on you. And for that reason, people may put a lot on your shoulders that is not fair to do. I know plenty of people who get stuck in this situation. My husband is one of them. When they see that you're a hard worker and when they see that you're going to keep your promise no matter what, then people are going to rely on you more heavily than others because they know you won't disappoint. But this can cause a lot of undue stress and, it can just really weigh you down and take away from the time that you deserve to use to spend on your own happiness, your own creative ventures, your own, dreams and manifestations. So just because you perform this function for a lot of different people, just because you are that dependable, doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice your own happiness, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're down to our last deck here. I'm just going to pull one more card to wrap up the reading for us. And then we'll call it a day. Oh, did I? There it is. One more for Virgo. Sorry, I dropped my cards. I am a hot mess over here. Okay, sorry about that. So we have Moonlight. Such a beautiful card. This deck is beautiful. I am in love. This is the Wilderness Collide deck. I got it on Etsy. Eventually, I will have all of my decks listed in my description box once I get all that sorted out. But anyway, Moonlight. This is having to do with suppressed emotions, the things hidden deep within yourself that you don't share with the world, or that you choose not to acknowledge because you feel you don't have the time or the energy to. You have put other things, you have prioritized these burdens, these obligations over your own emotions, your own emotional development, your own emotional expression, and your own emotional health, period. Like, I definitely get a sense that, like, you may not be feeling healthy right now. Okay, you may be very tired, worn out, stressed, on edge a little bit, just generally not having fun at all. And perhaps you even feel kind of selfish for feeling that way. And so then you don't even want to acknowledge that you feel tired. But Spirit here is guiding you to definitely 100% acknowledge and express how you feel. And it doesn't even have to be to another person. It could just be to yourself. I pretty much tell everyone this in every reading, but meditation would be very good for you as well. To get away, to get somewhere quiet, and to just relax, breathe, and feel. And just allow your emotions and your thoughts to move through you without getting hung up on little things in your mind that hold you back from growing, or that hold you back from wanting better for yourself. So that's what I've got for you guys this week, Virgo. Just a little recap, okay? Evaluate your burdens, your obligations, and be honest with yourself. Do you really have to do these things? Because the universe is calling you in a new direction, calling you on an adventure, truly, that may take you somewhere else physically. Like, it could include travel and meeting new people, and it could open up a lot of doors and opportunities for you, but you have to be willing to lay down this cross, and you have to be willing to prioritize your own happiness above, the convenience that other people get from having you doing everything for them, basically. That came out a lot less smooth than I wanted it to. But that's what I've got for you guys this week, Virgo. So if this resonated, if you enjoyed this reading, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel, where you can get notified when I upload every week, which hopefully from this point on will be a weekly occurrence again. I also want to start doing pick-a-cards in between the weeklies, and if you have any suggestions or requests for types of readings that you would like to see on my channel, please feel free to leave it in a comment. I will love to see other suggestions and incorporate them into my readings in the future. So, thank you guys for joining me. Take care, and I will see you again next week.